Yeah. What's good, guys? This is Vahagraphy. I'm Vahagan, your rock and roll photographer. Two different flagship Nikon cameras from two different eras. Yeah. What's up, guys? We're going to see a lot of flagships going off at the Super Bowl this Sunday, huh, guys? You excited for that? I'm wearing my Golden Knights sweatshirt in honor of the hockey team over there, the pro hockey team in Las Vegas. The Super Bowl is in Las Vegas, but we're going to see a lot of flagships on the sidelines there. Shout out to photographers that I know out in Las Vegas that will be covering the Super Bowl. You guys, good luck. Break a leg. Not literally, but you know what I mean. The purpose of this video, guys, is to kind of go over why I use what I use, why I choose to use a Z9 sometimes, and why I choose to use a DSLR, and why I've been raving about these DSLRs for quite some time now in some of my videos. Don't get it mixed up, guys. I mean, like I said, the Z9, there's no comparison when it comes to tech, right? There's no comparison when it comes to features, what this Nikon Z9 can do in your hands. I mean, you got the power of video, you got the power of speed, you got the power of megapixels, 45 megapixels stacked, fast readout, 20 frames per second. I mean, you name it. The list goes on and on. All these video features. If I want a certain look, okay, because I do stills most of the time. Okay, I'm a still photographer. Portraits are my thing. Wedding photography are my thing. That's what I do. I take pictures of people. Now, if I want a certain look, and I don't mind the limitations of DSLR, the look I get from a DSLR, like the D5, the D4, the D3X, and so on, it's different. You know, I like to categorize the look of the files as more in lines of the film look, kind of style, vibe. Of course, you're not going to mimic film all the way, 100%. But if you want to get close, I would choose the DSLR. The Nikon Z9 is just an amazing machine. An amazing machine that's capable of so many things. Okay, like I said, we're talking about a camera that can pretty much do it all for us photographers. There's really nothing the Z9 can't do for me. The reason why I'm making this video is for you guys not to get confused out there, because I talk about the DSLR. I talk about the DSLR all the time. But let's not kid ourselves what the Z9 has done for us. All these photographers out in the Super Bowl, sporting events, whatever, they're going to use this camera. The Olympics, they're going to use the Z9 because it's a trusted tool. You know, it's more than enough for 99.9% of shooters out there. And the good thing about why I use the Z9 and the good thing about why I use the D5, they're two different tools for two different occasions. But if I want to flick the switch and I want to shoot video, I can't do this. I can't do it with the D5. If I want incredible video, incredible autofocus, incredible tracking, photo and video, I'm going with the Z9. If I want the amazing speed that the Z9 offers me for my work, I'm going with this camera right here, the Nikon Z9. But if I want the feel, the machine-like shutter, the ruggedness, well, they're both rugged, but the older feel of a DSLR, I'm going with this guy. And if I don't mind 20 megapixels, that's fine with me, you know. Hey, by the way, guys, kudos to Nikon for putting out such an amazing lens. Right now, I'm shooting with... Wait, let me get the box. Hold on. Man, the more I use this lens, the more I use the 85 1.2 Nikon Z lens, the more I'm in love with this piece of glass. You know, not to change topics for a little bit, but when this lens, the 85Z 1.2 was announced, I got excited. I'm a portrait shooter. I'm not scared of shooting 1.2. And more on this lens on this channel. We're gonna cover this lens in detail. I'm gonna do my full-on review of the 85 1.2 very soon. Man, if you're a portrait shooter, this it doesn't get better than this, the 85 1.2, guys. Like I said, I'm shooting video with it right here. All right, so the whole point of this video, why I wanted to make it, is to talk about the new Nikon technology, the Z9, and what the Z9 means to me at my work, and what the DSLRs mean to me. I know I've been talking about it. I've been raving about using DSLR a lot of the times for my shoots, but let's not kid ourselves. In 2024, the first option for me, the very first option for me is the Z9. Many reasons, as I stated earlier. The technology, the sensor, the speed, the video, the colors, the dynamic range, the resolution, and let's not forget, incredible Nikon Z glass, which again, the 85 1.2 is my go-to for portraits, and that thing is on this camera majority of the time. So I just love holding it with the 85 1.2 Z. It feels right in the hands. And I know some of you guys commented, and a couple of you guys send me emails saying, wait a minute, you have a Z9 and you shoot DSLR? Because I hear you talking about DSLR all the time, the D5. Again, let's not get mixed up here, guys. The Z9 is my first option when it's in my bag. The Z9 is in my bag. The DSLR, the D5 is in my bag. But this guy is my first option for many applications. When I'm shooting for clients, there's no time to waste. I can't sit there and decide, should I go with this? It's just automatic. I reach for the Z9 because I know it's going to get the job done. I know it's going to deliver the resolution that I need. And just in case the client wants more resolution, if I'm shooting people, if I'm shooting real estate or landscape or whatever I'm shooting, commercial, I know they're going to want more resolution. And the DSLRs are really not going to cut it unless you're shooting with the D850, D800. I think that's more than enough. But the Z9, again, I shoot with the Z9 majority of the time. I love this camera and it's never failed me. And like I said again, and I'll say this again, flip of a switch, you are shooting 4K, 8K, you're shooting 4K 120, you're shooting 10-bit video. It's an amazing tool. We're going to go into detail. We're going to go into depth with the Z9 like I've never done before on this channel as well. Nikon has been there for me in my photography. The color science, the ergonomics. The ergonomics don't get talked about that much. But when I hold the Z9, I like how the grooves, when you hold your fingers, I got big hands, but I like it. I like how it's a little deeper, so my fingers wrap around the camera fully. So, and then when I'm shooting, vertically, that's pretty much half the time I'm shooting vertically. And it just feels right. It feels right. And I feel good that I have a camera that's packed with so much technology, even with the Z6s that I own. You can't compare the two. I can't compare it. The Z9 just smokes all the Nikons away. Not to discourage you from buying the DSLRs that I love and I rave about all the time, but I just don't want you guys to get confused. The guy has a Z9 and he doesn't even talk about it. He talks about DSLR. Well, what gives? Is a DSLR better? They're different. They're different machines. Okay. Again, updated, modern, mirrorless. This is my go-to camera. All right, guys, have fun. Sunday Super Bowl, whoever's shooting it, be safe out there and capture some amazing images. Like I said, tribute to Las Vegas, Nevada. I think this NHL team, they won the Stanley Cup, right, last year? So, got to represent Las Vegas. Las Vegas is what, 300 miles from here? So, I can get there in 4 hours if I want to. That town is going to be hopping this weekend. And I'm just glad I'm not going to be there for this weekend, Like and subscribe and share. We'll talk to you guys in a future video. And again, we're going to go into detail. We're going to go into depth. What the Nikon Z9 means to me, Vahagraphy style. What this camera means to me. Because this camera means to many things to different people, So we're going to go into detail. We're going to go into detail with the 85. So like and subscribe. We'll talk to you guys soon. Rock and roll.